Hey, welcome back to Cool Classics. So I was researching Andy Griffith to do a biography on him, and I came across something that I normally wouldn't cover. He had an affair on his wife. Can you believe that? Andy Griffith. Kind of broke my heart, but here we go. So Andy married Barbara Edwards in 1949 and they divorced in 1972. So that would mean that they were married the entire time the Andy Griffith Show was on. Now in 1963, the Andy Griffith Show's third season, a new character is added. Her name is Helen Crump, and she's a school teacher that eventually becomes Sheriff Andy Taylor's girlfriend on screen. Now the character of Helen Crump was played by Aneta Corsaut, who had been appearing on television shows such as The Detectives, The Real McCoys, and Bonanza. Now her first ever movie appearance came with Steve McQueen in the 1958 cult classic The Blob. It was actually both hers and Steve's first ever movie roles, and rumor has it the two of them were dating during the filming. Now, bringing in the character of Helen Crump into the Andy Griffith Show turned out to be a really good thing. People really enjoyed Andy and Helen going on these dates. Heck, they even did double dates with Barney Fife and Thelma Lou. But they would have romantic walks and talks, go on picnics, and have dances. It was really sweet. Now, as the series continued on, their on-screen romance picked up steam. But in real life, the two of them were starting to have feelings for each other, and they kept this a secret. No one in the cast or crew knew anything about it. But of course, they eventually did get caught. One evening, while Andy and Aneta were out on a date at a restaurant, some of the other cast and crew members were in there too, and they seen them and actually came up and played a trick on them, acting like they were the waiter. And when they turned around and saw it was the rest of the crew, they knew they were busted. Now, Andy didn't appreciate them kind of exposing this right then and making a big deal of it, but he let them know this is not something that he wants to be spread around, so everyone needs to be quiet. And they did. No one mentioned a thing. But from then on, it became a little more open on set, and people knew what was happening, but not Andy's wife. Now, over the years, as this relationship continued to grow, Andy fell in love with Aneta and asked her to marry him on 3 separate occasions. Each time she turned him down, saying that she did not want to destroy his marriage. She would not be the reason that he got a divorce. Now, you can look at that in a couple different ways because she is cheating with him, and if they were to get busted, it would destroy the marriage most likely. Or maybe she didn't fully love him the way that he loved her. Or maybe she was just happy with what they had. That relationship was good enough for her. But Andy, of course, wanted more. But their relationship had to just continue on being an open secret between only the cast and crew without his wife knowing a thing. And it stayed this way until 1968 when the show ended. But then the spin-off series Mayberry RFD started that same year, and Andy made sure that the character of Helen Crump was going to be featured prominently in there. Not only prominently, but the very first episode had Andy and Helen getting married on screen. And that first episode became the highest rated TV series debut for the entire decade. It seems that everyone still loved to see Andy and Helen on screen together, but this time married. Now the Mayberry RFD series continued on until 1971. And then in 1972, Andy in real life divorced his wife, Barbara Edwards. Now you would think this would lead to a possible marriage with Aneta, but no, instead, in 1973, Andy married Solisha Casuto, and the two of them stayed together until 1981 when they divorced, and then in 1983, Andy married Cindy Knight. Now, during this whole time period, every time Andy would appear on television, he made sure that Aneta got a part on the same show. In 1986, she was in the TV movie Return to Mayberry playing Helen Crump Taylor. And then later when he got his own show called Matlock, she got to appear on it in 3 different roles. Eventually, the reoccurring role, Judge Cynthia Justin. Now, given their history together, some have speculated that Andy and Aneta never did completely end their love affair. What we do know is that Aneta never did get married, and although Andy was married 3 times, He always had Aneta around him. It shows that he cared about her and she cared about him. So now when you rewatch those Andy Griffith shows and notice Helen Crump and Andy Taylor falling in love with each other, just know it happened in real life too. Wow, I'm learning new things about my favorite classic TV characters and shows all the time, thanks to their autobiographies and their children who are now on the internet telling these stories. Click above to subscribe or click on one of my other videos. I have a great one on George Lindsay who played Goober Pyle. You'll love it. Also Don Knotts and many more. Don't be scared to subscribe. Cool classics.